Hello and welcome.
Today, we'll be talking about the exposure triangle, a fundamental concept in photography that helps you understand how to properly expose your photos. The exposure triangle consists of three elements: aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. Let's break down each one. Aperture. First, let's talk about aperture. Imagine the aperture as the pupil of your eye. It can open wide to let in more light or close down to let in less light. In photography, we measure aperture in f-stops. A low f-stop number like f1.8 means the aperture is wide open, allowing a lot of light to hit the camera sensor. This is great for low light situations and creating a blurry background effect. A high f-stop number like f16 means the aperture is narrow, letting in less light, which is useful in bright conditions and to keep more of the scene in focus. Shutter speed. Next, let's talk about shutter speed. Think of the shutter as a curtain that opens and closes to let light hit the camera sensor. Shutter speed is how long this curtain stays open. If it stays open for a long time, like 1 second, more light comes in. This is good for night photography or creating motion blur. If it opens and closes quickly, like 1/1000th of a second, less light comes in, which is good for freezing fast-moving subjects like sports or wildlife. ISO. Finally, we have ISO. ISO controls the sensitivity of your camera's sensor to light. A low ISO number like 100 means the sensor is less sensitive to light, which is ideal for bright conditions and results in a cleaner image with less noise. A high ISO number like 3200 means the sensor is more sensitive to light, useful in low light situations, but it can introduce graininess or noise into your photo. Balancing the triangle. The key to a well-exposed photo is balancing these three elements. If you change one, you'll often need to adjust the others to maintain the right exposure. For example, if you open up your aperture to let in more light, you might need to increase your shutter speed or lower your ISO to avoid overexposing your photo. Understanding the exposure triangle helps you take control of your camera settings and achieve the desired look in your photos. Practice adjusting these settings and see how they affect your images. Happy shooting!